time I got inside, I saw that PSG had scored 2 goals. I said, now in Champions League, and the banter and everything else that followed. I said, let's be going home, I beg. But then again, I'm glad I came out. It's been a while I came out in the night. And it was fun for the most part of it. And then Sunday came, and the new month, and everything that goes with the new month. And it just feels like every time you decide to step outside, money must come out from your pockets. It's more like staying inside the house is a lot safer than stepping outside. So all those people that are screaming, we're outside, I wonder how they are doing it. But then again, I think I prefer to be inside my house, because come outside, you spend a lot of money. But then we've been doing it, and you can't take that away from us. And once in a while, it's good to just gather with people and share a bottle of drink, share something to nibble on, and just chat away, Hope you had a great weekend. That's what I'm trying to say. So I have a conversation today centered around education. You see, every other year, one tertiary institution or another is churning out graduates from different fields of study and different levels of degrees. And then these degree holders eventually become hair vendors. Super double drawn. What's the other one they call it? Vietnamese. This one is Cambodian hair. This one is tiny. So many names. Pixie curls and the rest of that. Come and buy. See, this 300 grams is XYZ amount of money. Boutique owners, they're selling clothes. They're making clothes. Doing things that are totally unrelated with what they went into the 4 walls of a tertiary institution to study. Last week, I was having an aside with one of my colleagues, and I saw some people I know very well who were going to have their doctorate convocation this weekend, the one that just passed. And I know what they do for a living. In fact, I know one of them as a hair vendor. I know the other as a dressmaker. I know the other as a full-time housewife. What do you want to become in future? Big man wife. And these people still went as far as getting a doctorate. I had to ask myself, really, to what end? One of the important features of colonial era in Nigeria, for those of you that do not know, especially in the Western region, was the aspiration of parents whose means of livelihood were mainly farming and fishing to see their children go to school at the time and become a clerical officer, clerk. One would rightly say that the major aim of formal education at that time was to enable Africans and Nigerians in particular participate effectively in commerce, or better still, provide the much needed workforce for the teasing colonial ministries as clerical officers or even as teachers. But you see, times have changed. I mean, education now should be able to broaden your horizons and help you think on how to live and how to function as a well-meaning individual in a society. But the argument usually is that people that didn't go to school are making it and are employing people that went to school to run their business and hold reasonable positions in their business. Think about it. You see some of those footballers that people are saying, hey, Rohadiho, this one, that one. Those people that you watched on Saturday passing ball, are earning dollars every time. You went to a structured... Anyway, let's not go into that. These people spend so many years. Some of them even bagged their first class. They are either unemployed or find themselves in a career unrelated to what they studied. So that's why people will still scream, school is a scam till date. I mean, what's the point? Why then is getting a formal education still important? When people mostly forget what they were taught in school and end up doing something else with their lives. Why then should I bother when after I get a first degree, I am still struggling to find a job in the labor market? Think about it. We live in a time when someone gets a first degree and is unable to get a job. And so that it doesn't seem like they're unserious with their lives, they go on to pick a form to pursue their masters. Just so that when the opportunity comes knocking, they have an edge in terms of their qualification. Then they get the masters. And then what happens? The opportunity still does not present itself. Then they say, maybe if I get a doctorate and I add to it, who knows? A particular celebrity in Nigeria said, people have potential and talent, but do not tap them because they spend many years in school learning something they don't care about. Now think about it. Back then, we used to have a lot of courses that we had termed prestigious, so that we can come back and brag that, we are graduates of this, graduates of that. Our parents and people in our family can say, my sister, do you know my sister? My sister studied mechanical. We want to be referred to as one doctor and the rest of them. But what is the point of formal education when people rarely practice what they were taught in school? Is being a graduate still a bragging right as it used to be? I'm a graduate, so let me brag. Do you know me? I'm a graduate, oh. Don't look at me the way you're looking at me, oh. I go school, oh. I go Uniport. I go Kempoli. I went to this, I went to that. What if we go beyond what we have operational? Seeing that oftentimes people have a limited pool of courses to pick from. Most times they pick courses that are not even in line with their passion. Let it just be that, you know what, I went to school. What about the possibility of broadening the courses offered? Have our schools accommodate more study fields that tend to meet the needs of a greater populace and tend to interest even the younger generation that will find their passion in several other things that may seem uninteresting or may seem non-profitable or may seem there's this thing our elders used to say, when you went to school that time and they asked you what you were studying and you say we're studying music, they look at you like a very unserious person. Let's talk. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809-030-6416. Again, WhatsApp and Telegram number 0809-030-6416. Your call screeners and stand by to take your calls first before passing on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but that of the call screen. Now be reminded that 2 people get to win 25,000 naira each on one play today on the sunny side. So hurry now to the website. It is oneplay.ng. Buy your tickets with just 500 naira, and that qualifies you to be a part of the draw that we will have on the sunny side today. Or you use the USSD code *347 *880 *6#. That's *347 *880 *6#. I also have 2 tickets to give away. A comedy event happening on Sunday. 2 tickets today and up until the end of the week, by the way. Daniel from Imo Gate. How are you doing today, Daniel? Welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon, Didi. I'm very fine. And you too? I'm
good. I'm very good.
Is cool. Well, my sister, the subject matter, education is not a scam. But get what I will term as basic education. Let me mention this one now. Do you know that Genevieve Nnaji, a popular actress today in Nigeria, she owns mansion in Banana Island in Lagos. Do you know what it takes to get at that height? And that is not that is our only property. Other things. Did you know that she didn't go to any polytechnic? That is school staffs for her. What we need is that basic education. Then develop yourself. And then that is to say, mainly today in the digital world, those that are going to acquire these degrees and that, to look into what am I getting off my distance? Digital distance. That's what it is. It's not just going to be a master degree, bachelor, doctorate, and even professor. Doesn't help anybody. Develop your skill and whatever. Create something. Be creative. That is what helps the people now. Thank you very much, Didi.
Be creative. That is what helps the people now. My boss was telling me how in some francophone countries, you have people go to a tertiary institution to learn plumbing. And they get a certificate. It's not this 1 week certificate course in this, 1 month certificate course in that. They actually go to a structured learning institution and they get a degree, a certificate that this person has a degree in plumbing. Yeah, what we refer to as plumber. Those people that used to fix pipes and anything related to water and all of those things, Some skills that, you would in Nigeria have only some group of persons come up to set up something intensive. They used to tag it as intensive training, but how intensive are those trainings really? How recognized are those certificates even when presented in certain places, especially if you seek to use them to get an edge when applying for a job or for internship? So is it possible that formal education may not indeed be overrated, but then what it tends to, it's not all-encompassing. It doesn't cover a wide range of subject matters that a lot of people have interest in. So someone goes to school and does maybe geography, for instance. And afterwards, you discover that even in the Nigerian society, the person may not have a place to practice. So all the person can do is do business. Or maybe the person develops an interest sometime later. And who knows what the interest may be. But then there is no structured environment for the person to go and learn. So you tell me, that bragging right you used to have about being a graduate, does it still hold water? Do you still consider someone who went to school, say, this one self goes to school? Okay, thank God though. Or do we still see graduates like, you're a graduate in this, it's a big deal, or you don't know what it is to be a graduate. And then what is the point of this formal education? When for several years, anybody you come across, I once had a conversation with somebody in the banking sector, a manager, top manager. She said she studied microbiology. Back then, we used to call them small biology students. And she's a manager in a bank that has to do with finance, money, numbers, figures, stock markets and the rest, shares and all of that. Mira from Okrika, welcome to the sunny side.
Thank you. Didi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Didi, I was listening to you. All of you said I was distracted a bit. When you said I stopped about degrees, the people that acquire certificates, PhD degrees, and those people, some of them may not likely use it. But what was your question, please?
Okay, I asked 3 questions. Question number 1, what is the point of this formal education when people rarely practice what they were taught in school? Question number 2, is being a graduate still a bragging right as it used to be? And then question number 3, broadening courses offered in our tertiary institutions to accommodate some of the interest of the younger ones that we have. I mean, those things that we have termed as unserious, as what people should not even go to school to study in the first place.
The facts are not a question. You know, most times, majority of these people don't use the certificate. They don't use it at all. It's just for statistics sake, and just for the name, to change their name, Dr. Mrs.
Dr.
And
Mrs.
most times,
Okay.
And most times,
but to be honest, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of a Dr. Mrs.
I'm telling you, I've maybe seen it in blue for myself as well, but I never, whatever I get, I will use it.
You will use it?
I will not get it and keep it, and just for the name's sake, I will definitely use it.
Okay.
But Didi is all for status sake.
It's all for what? I didn't get the last thing you said.
Hello? I said just for status sake.
Did I hear it?
Can you hear me, Didi? I can hear you clearly.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I said just for status,
Status! Oh, now I heard status sake. Okay.
Yes, and most times we ask them what they studied. And ask them 1 or 2 questions, especially those that have gotten the PhD degrees, It shows that you mastered this particular course. Trust me, they ask 1 or 2 questions. You will see the fulfillment. They will just tumble upside down. They may not even have any clue. Some of them did not even attend the classes. Just 1 or 2. Our universities, honestly, when they give you this big, they can just, most of them bought it. They did not really get it. I'm accommodating our youngsters, those that got it. You see that some of them, majority, trust me, 95% of them will not even want to go back to that university because they don't even have a clue of the course that they have degree on. They don't have any clue.
They don't have a clue.
That particular course, so the economy, just like sustainable development, how to what we have studied in university to modern realities in the community, in the society. They have no clue, they have no idea. So they don't need to, they don't even go back. So they just get it and keep it and just bear the name. That's what is going on now.
Just get it and keep it and go your way. I think I know someone like that. But it was surprising for me because this person made a first class. In fact, she was best graduating student, Faculty of Humanities. But let us have a discussion about something we did in school. And she's floating. And I kept wondering, how was that even possible? Zion from GRA. How are you doing today, Zion?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, D-Square.
Good afternoon to you, Zion. Welcome to the sunny side.
This discourse is being captured in the Nigeria environment. Caveat emptor. I have graduated is different from I've been graduated. I guess somebody wants to sit up right now. I have graduated is different from I have been graduated. What we have today is I have graduated.
I came, I saw, and I conquered.
Okay.
God did it.
Okay. INEC will ask them to go and rig election. They will not say no. They will modulate figure in INEC office. None of them can come out and say, this thing, I will not do it. I'm enlightened. They will go to their companies, modulate figures. Some can't even write common application later. Some can't even engage you in a conversation. Some will be in an environment and somebody is promoting heresy. They can't say, stop that. This we are doing. No. Because of what? I have God. See, one thing I detest if I'm having any conversation with you or any whatever, I'm not saying you now, not you, but just, you try to tell me I'm a graduate from so. I ask you to stop that. Because it's only in Nigeria it's so pathetic to be a graduate. How can you be a graduate? You are looking for government to give you job. You are roaming the street causing problems. You are roaming the street, even promoting. I see. Let me share this to you, man. 2019, I moved forward to I want to contest in the electoral office in Bayelsa. Upon engaging the student communities, I said, let me go and see the just graduated students and want to have a discourse with them. And what tell me, hey, Mr. Vanyon, we know you. You speak good English. You know so. In short, you get the idea. If you don't give us money, we'll not go vote for you. P-Square. I was engulfed with heat in that hotel room with these people. Graduates talk this kind of thing for Nigeria. To be honest, it's pathetic to be a graduate in this environment.
What exactly? Hold on, Zion. What exactly is making it pathetic?
Because they come out and they are not making any difference.
What if, like I had said at the beginning, it's because they had limited options to pick from. What if the person that went into school to study medicine, if he had other options beyond studying medicine, what if he would have taken that option instead?
This way.
Zion.
The options are not the problem. That is why I gave you a keynote to this discourse. I have graduated. I have been graduated. These are two different things. Here we only graduate them. Don't you hear that? University.
But they give them a certificate in character and learning.
It's a decorated nonsense.
Decorated
Beautiful
nonsense. Interesting.
Beautiful one.
All right. Thank you so much, Zaya. I mean, someone spent for 5 years in a wall of an institution of learning, following procedures, showing up for lectures at a particular time, doing assignments, group works, and then doing a project and defending it. And you say afterwards that degree, that certificate that was awarded them is a decorated. Oh, come on. I think it's a big deal. I mean, I still consider it a big deal. I say this because some people had learned discipline by virtue of subjecting themselves to that structured learning. Having to wake up at certain times to even burn the midnight candle when they would rather want to do something else with their life. Some people got meaning. Probably they did not know what they wanted to do with their life until they stepped into a tertiary institution and they discovered that life could be a lot. Sometimes the lectures they received opened their minds to think beyond their environment. So beyond the hypotheses and theories, beyond what this scientist discovered or beyond what this person postulated or what this person opined as the lecturers will have dictated to you, some people in that classroom, there's this thing, that they had their eureka moments. But then they met with some limitations along the line. Sometimes it was where to express or where to practice, or what opportunities are available for them in a country like ours. And just maybe, for that singular reason, they diversified, or they delved into something entirely different. Or, this is the opportunity before me. Opportunity comes but once. They grabbed it with open arms. But they are graduates. Good afternoon, Denise. Yes, of course. Being a graduate is still very much a bragging right. Education is not a scam. Indeed, if our country was in a good shape, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Have your basic education, develop a skill, grab your certificate, and pray. Thank you. Kinikachi Ovunwo from Roma Hollow. Good afternoon. I think the day's first degree is overhyped because so many institutions are just awarding certificates without proper evaluations. It used to be both in character and learning, but now I can't tell the difference between educated and an illiterate. But truth be told, if education is a scam, illiteracy will disgrace you unexpectedly on a daily. Finally, formal education with practical skills is the key to success these days. Christopher Omerige sent that in. Good afternoon, Didi. There are no bragging rights for graduates in this present Nigeria. You can go a whole year without anyone noticing you or asking if you're a graduate. The only person that still has time for graduates is Odumeje. My name is Sent. Where is Odumeje? Oh, in Daboski. Good afternoon, Didi. My girlfriend studied agriculture economics at the university. Today, she's a marketing manager in a bank. Me, myself, I studied computer science. Today, I sell phone and phone accessories. We just go to school to get a certificate for future purposes or opportunities, or in case any of our person is inside government. Kingsley Gwarimpa Abuja, streaming via Nigeria Info app. Wow, thank you, Kingsley. In case any of our brothers is in government. Joseph Augustine from Momagua says, good afternoon, Didi. Happy New Week and New Month. I am not against those that are graduates, but after graduating, what's the next step? Now, most family in my area are taking it as a challenge and competition to send their children to higher institution. Tell the children, just go. Make it be say we don't get graduates for our house. If I mention other families will not be excluded, most of the children don't aspire to be graduates. Is of pressure from their parents. To be graduate sweet, I want become one, but first I want to have a skill. Nowadays is the most important thing in my life and in my country. We need to go on a commercial break. Stay tuned.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.
Hooray!